Hello, viola players. This is week 5 of practice. This week, we're going to get started first in our note reading. So you want to make sure you have your booklet with you, and we're going to get into it right away. Now, you remember that in your lesson, I shared with you that we have all of the instruments in the packet. So even though it says violin on the front, we actually have a viola section as well. So I put a paper clip on there so we can go right to the viola section. And you'll notice that all of your pages have an A at the beginning, A, like the end of viola. Again, we've got our staff has 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and it has 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And then we also know that notes that are on a line are notes that are like shish kebab notes, and notes that are within the spaces are kind of like peering through a window. We have ledger lines as well, and we'll get to those eventually when we see those in our music, but just know that they're called ledger lines. Our music is split up into different segments called measures. And at the beginning of each line, we will see something called a time signature. It looks like a fraction, but we'll talk more about that here on the next page. When we get to the end of a line, we may see something like this, a single bar line. That means we're going to keep going. Or we get to the end of a line and we see a double bar line, which means the song is over. And then finally, we get to the end of another line and we may see this. This is a repeat sign. A repeat sign, 2 lines, 2 dots means you get 2 shots. It means we will repeat that whole section twice. Now, we did this in class last week, learning how to practice. We started practicing by saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, say. We have to look at our time signature at the beginning. Sometimes it's 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4. Could be something different too. But for now, we're going to be looking at 4, 4. And we know that when we have a 4 at the top, we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, say. And the reason that we're doing this is so that we can learn how to practice with each other if we have a group, so we all know when to play together. And so we know that say can be interchanged also with play or slay. When we slay it, we play and say together. Now we're going to go over to A3, third page. This is a super important part of playing viola. This is called the alto clef. It's also called a C clef. I will probably never call it that, but just so you know, it has 2 names. This is the alto clef. If you ever have a piece of music and you don't see this at the beginning, then you do not have the correct music. These are all of our notes that we're going to be learning in your time here at school. This is a quarter note. It gets 1 beat, and this is a quarter rest, and it gets a beat of silence. Now we're going to go on to exercise 1. Now you see that it says pizzicato. Pizzicato means to pluck. And so our first thing that we have here is a D. D is in a space. You see how we've got a note head within the 2 lines, we've got our space. So this is open D. We're going to count to 4, 1, 2, ready, say. And I'm going to point to these as we go through each of these. We're going to say D or rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, say. D, 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 rest. D, 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 rest. D, 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 rest. That should have been pretty easy. We did that in our lesson. And now what we're going to do is we're going to play it. Now, before we play it, we want to make sure that we have our booklet on a music stand in front of us. And we want our music stand to be at a height that's right at our eye level. And that when we put our viola up into playing position, that we keep our 3, 4 like we practiced at the beginning. And instead of moving our scroll to the page like so, we want to turn our whole body towards the music, just like so. So we're going to ready, let's rock. And we're going to read number 1. Make sure your claw is on the D string. And we're going to say and play, which equals slay. Ready, let's rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, slay. D, 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 rest. D, 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 rest. D, 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 rest. We're going to go on to the next exercise. The next exercise is our open A, number 2. We're playing open A, pizzicato. And as we are reading this, A is also in a space. In fact, for all of our open strings on viola, our notes will be within the spaces. So this is A, it sits on the top line above it, kind of like a little kid peering over the windowsill. So this is in a space, this is A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, say. A, rest. A, rest. A, rest. All right, let's play it now. Get your instrument up into playing position. And we are going to play exercise number 2. Ready? Let's rock. We're on the A string because these are all A's. Eyes are on the page, not on your hand. We want to make sure we're all set to go. Here we go. We're going to slay it, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, slay. A, rest. A, rest. A, rest. Let's flip the page over and let's go to page A4. This is where life is going to start to get a little bit tricky. On this page, we are now going to read D and A. Remember, D is in the 3rd space and A is above the staff in a space. So these notes in measure 1 are D's and these are A's, and then it changes up. So let's say it first. Remember, we're counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, say. D, 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 rest. A, rest. D, D, A, D, 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 rest. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, say. D, 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 rest. A, rest. D, D, A, D, 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 rest. All right, now we are going to play it and slay it. And so here we go. Instrument up. We got this, people. We're going to slay it. Ready, let's rock. We're putting our claw on the D string because that's our first note. Make sure your scroll is up. Your scroll is at your nose and not at your toes. Nice and tall. It's also at your music. Your eyes are on the road. Here we go, starting with D. We're going to slay it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, slay. D, 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 rest. A, rest. D, D, A, D, D, D. Let's try it again. Ready, let's rock. We're starting with D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, slay. D, D, D. A, D, D, A, D, 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 rest. Okay, so now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to pause the video and you are going to work on number 5, number 6, and number 7 on your own. Yes, on your own. I'm not going to lead you. You need to now be responsible for your learning. So you have all of the tools to be able to do that. You're going to be counting to 4 and then 1, 2, ready, say first, and then you can slay it second. So make sure that you say it first, because if you can say it, you can play it. Now, I'm going to pause. You're going to pause the video and you're going to do the rest of that page and then come on back and we're going to do some more stuff. Here we go. Pause. All right, we're ready to go. We're going to review some notes that we learned last time. We've got our viola up into playing position and we're going to slide back. We're going to go Ole Fancy 3 on the D string. 3 is on blue. And you recall that when we do this, that our fingers are up on their tips, nice and tall. My thumb is back by the first tape. And we want to make sure 3 is on blue. And then 2 goes to red. Boop. And then 1 is on yellow. 1 is yellow, 2 is red, 3 is blue. Now, when we're doing this, we also want to make sure we're not crushing the critter. We don't want to crush the critter. We need to keep this wrist down and our fingers in hover mode. So let's do this again. And we're going to slide back. Olay, fancy 3 on the D. Fingers are nice and tall. Look where my thumb is. My thumb is pointing towards the ceiling. Maybe, can you see that? There it is. Thumb is to the ceiling. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm not crushing. I'm pushing it back. It's nice and tall. My fingers are nice and high. If your thumb is up too high, what we need to do is bring it down and around. Don't just go. We want it to be nice and down, and fingers are tall. All right, here we go. We're on 3 to 2 to 1, and we're going to leave 1 finger on the D string. Here we go. Me, then you. E, 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 ready, play. E, E, E. My turn. E, 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 ready, go. E, E, E. Now we're going to release that and play open D. D, 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 ready, go. D, D, D. Stay put. Do it again. D, 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 ready, go. D, D, D. My turn. E, 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 ready, go. E, E, E. Do it again. E, E, E. Go back to D. 3 times D with me. Ready? Here we play. D, D, D. Good. All right, here's our pattern. D, D, D. Add 1. E, E, E. Stay put. E, E, E. Release. D, D, D. Let's do it. Instrument up. We slide back. Olay, fancy 3. Walk yourself back every single time so that your hand is learning the shape. Here we go. We're starting with open D 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Ready, sleigh. D, D, D. Add 1. E, E, E. Stay put. E, E, E. Release. D, D, D. Let's do it again. Ready? Here we go. D, D, D. Add 1. E, E, E. Stay put. E, E, E. Release. D, D, D. All right, now we are going to go back and we are going to reset our hand and we're going to hit up F sharp. F sharp is 2 fingers on the D string. 2 is on red, 1 is on yellow. Now you have the option of lifting off 1 and just having your 2nd finger down. That's pretty advanced. But if you'd like to start, really push yourself to do that, that would be really wonderful. So we're going to put our instrument back up. We're going to do cupcake fingers. We're going to slide back. Olay, fancy 3 is on blue. And then put 2 on red. This is F, F. Try that again. F, F, F. Ready, go. F, F, F. My turn. F, F, F. Your turn. F, F, F. Let's go to E. E is 1. E, E, E. Ready, go. E, E, E. Stay put. Do it again. E, E, E. Now let's play D, D, D. Ready, go. D, D. You got it. All right, here's our pattern. We're going to play some hot cross buns. F, E, D. F, E, D. We stay on D. D, 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 E, 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 E. F, E, D. So remember, F2 is on red, E is yellow, 1 on the D, and D is no fingers. Let's try it. Instruments are up. Cupcake fingers. We're sliding back. Olay, fancy 3 to 2 to 1. We're keeping that hand shape. We're going to start with F sharp, 2 fingers. 2 is on red. We're going to slay it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Ready, slay. F, E, D. Let's do it again. Ready, go. F, E, D, stay there 4 times, go. D, 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 E, 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 F, E, open D. Let's do the whole thing all over again. Woo. Relax for a second. Squeeze your shoulders, squeeze some drop. Okay. Back up. Cupcakes, slide back. Olay fancy 3 to 2. Starting on F sharp. We're gonna slay it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, slay. F, E, D, stay, go back to F sharp, go. F, E, D, stay on D 4 times, go. D, 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 E, 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 F, E, D. All right, good job with the hot cross buns. If you struggled, go back and do it again. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that song that we learned in class in our lesson. And so to do that, we got to stand up. We're going to put our hands on our hips and then on our thighs and then on our knees. So your response is going to be to sing, "No, my friend." Try that with me. Ready? Here we go right now. No, my friend. Let's do that again. No, my friend. I'm going to sing something and you're going to respond with that. Cookie, you sure nobody best here. Your turn. No, my friend. We do that again. Cookie, you sure nobody best here. Your turn. No, my friend. And now we're going to switch. You're going to be up here and you're going to sing, "Don't tell me so." Sing it with me. Ready? Here we sing. Don't tell me so. I'm going to sing, "One of me dumplings gone." And you're going to sing, "Don't tell me so. One of me dumplings gone. Don't tell me so. One of me dumplings gone." And then we all say, "Aw." So let's try that with the track for sorry, this song. And ready, here we go. All right, you start with your hands on your hips. You're here. Me first. Cookie, you sure nobody passed here. Your turn. No, my friend. Your turn. Cookie, you sure nobody passed here. Your turn. No, my friend. Well, you go up here. One of me dumplings gone. Don't tell me so. One of me dumplings gone. Don't tell me so. One of me dumplings gone. Oh, let's do it all over again. You start here. Me first. Cookie, you sure nobody passed here. Your turn. No, my friend. My turn. Cookie, you sure nobody passed here. Your turn. No, my friend. Well, you're up here. One of me dumplings gone. Don't tell me so. One of me dumplings gone. Don't tell me so. One of me dumplings gone. Aww. All right, violas. Okay, so we did a whole lot today. In our orchestra class, in our ensemble, we played the Monster Mash, which I've also shared in our Schoology materials with your What Should I Be Practicing? But you can also find it within Port Proud. Look for the Monster Mash. We did D, E, and F sharp. And now here's your preview for the next note. You ready? You're gonna put your viola up, cupcake fingers, slide back, Olay fancy 3 on the D, and stop. Oh. This is the note G. Play G, 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 ready, play G, G, G. That is the next note that we're gonna learn. Keep practicing, everybody. 4 times. Try to get it 4 times this next time, because it's the more we get our left hand ready to rock and roll and our eyes reading the notes, the quicker we can get to playing even more fun stuff. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.